been talking about the 5 ways. Let's go into the 4th one, the average dollar of sale. Average dollar of sale is a really interesting thing. And at Action Coach, we have 58 different proven strategies on what the average, how to improve the average dollar of sale. And by the way, when you're working with us, one of the first things we're going to wind up doing is helping you define what your unique selling proposition is. What value are you bringing to your customers and your clients? Because as soon as we can identify what is unique about your business, you can then promote your business based on that value. If you're a tree cutting service and someone calls you and says, hey, I have a tree I have to get rid of, how much is that going to cost? And you say it's going to be $1,000. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. What is that client going to try to use to determine which tree cutting service? They're going to be looking solely at your price because that's the only bit of information they have. So instead, when the client calls a tree cutting service and says, hey, I need to get rid of the tree cutting service, you're the expert. You are the subject matter expert. And you need to express that to the client. You need to be able to say, okay, what size of tree are we talking about? What type of tree? Do you know, can you send me a picture of its leaf? You don't know what type, send me a picture of its leaf. I'll tell you what type it is. And it matters because is it a hardwood or a softwood tree? Is there any power lines in the area? Are there roofs over any structures? Are you looking to get rid of the tree really, or is it over your structure and you want your structure protected? What's the actual problem we're solving? Because I don't want to destroy a complete tree if really there's a different problem that can be solved in a different way, and it might be more cost effective for you. So I want to bring that value. So as soon as the business owner can start communicating the value of what they are, then they're not going to be competing on price. And I went down this very, very specifically because one of the first things that we talk about at Action Coach is identify your value, communicate your value, and then sell based on that value, and you can probably raise your prices. You're no longer competing on price. And by raising your prices, that improves your bottom line. That improves your average dollar of sale. It's actually a twofer. It improves your bottom line sale and also improves another one of the 5 waves, the profit margin, both at the same time. So it does great things in those aspects, as long as you're not competing on price. So quite often business owners are the most concerned about raising their prices, when in fact you wind up questioning their customers and clients, and they're like, no, price. I'm for this. Price isn't really the biggest issue. So they don't change their mind based on price. Over 90% of clients aren't going to change their mind based on price, based on several different studies. So there's other ways to improve your average dollar of sale, though. For example, McDonald's, I believe it was McDonald's, was a perfect example of this when they started saying, do you want fries with that? Okay, the year they started saying that, they made millions and millions of dollars. It was either McDonald's or another fast food company. Do you want to supersize that? Again, millions and millions of dollars just by directing to say one line. Okay, we had a client at Action Coach. We had a lawyer. They were looking at increasing their average dollar of sale, and their solution was their person they have at the front desk. Anytime somebody came in, he or she was directed to ask the simple question: have you updated your will recently? And as most people know, almost nobody has updated their will recently, and the law firm made over $1 million that year on that one question. So can you increase the average dollar of sale? Absolutely. Like I said, we have many strategies that we can work with customers. Our goal is to increase the average dollar of sale maybe 10%. More is possible. For the lawyers, have you updated your will? That was well over 10%. But using simple strategies, it is absolutely possible to increase your average dollar sale 10%. And the reason I say that specific number is we focus on small incremental changes on all 5 of the 5 ways. If you make a 10% change in each of the 5 ways, then your bottom line, your profit, will increase 61%. And I don't know about you, but I think